everyone, welcome back to the Movie Buddy. I'm your host Josh Blumenkrantz. Continuing with my CinemaCon coverage, this was the Warner Brothers presentation. So this was easily one of my favorites, the stacked presentation of all the presentations at the convention. Oh my god, it had everything. It had movie franchises, DC stuff, big directors, original films. So without further ado, let's get into it. So they opened in a really fun way. Patton Oswalt came out with Las Vegas dancers, which immediately set the tone. It felt more like a show than just a presentation. So Warner Brothers announced a new label called Warner Brothers Clockwork, focused on global audiences. And the first film that's going to be under that label is Ti Amo, directed by Sean Baker, the guy who previously won for Anora, and is just amazing. But yeah, be on the lookout for this new label. It's going to be shaking up the business in a major way. I don't know what's going to happen with that in the merger with Paramount, but we'll cross that bridge, I guess, when we get to it. So they talked about Minecraft 2. That's kind of how they got this started, with Jack Black appearing virtually and introduced him with a very funny song, which got like a great reaction, just like, making up his like Jack Blackism songs. But they made it clear that the film hasn't been like filmed yet, so there was no footage. But this was more of like a fun tease than a full reveal. But yeah, it's very exciting. I think Kirsten Dunst just joined the project, so very hyped about that. The first one was like really good, so I can only imagine this one's going to be even better and just more wacky. But yeah, Minecraft 2 coming soon-ish. So then they rounded off like two movies very quickly, like not too much like to kind of show. It was like a movie with M. Night Shyamalan, and involves Nicholas Sparks. So it's basically like a tone of like The Sixth Sense. Basically, it's like more emotional, like relationship driven. Those two were like talking about it, but it was very like vague, not much detail there. But I'm excited to see another M. Night Shyamalan film, and him combined with Nicholas Sparks, who's like usually like a romantic drama writer. I'm very curious about this. And then we shifted over to Panic Carefully, directed by Sam Esmail. So basically, it's like one of his most like major prestigious projects. It stars like Julia Roberts, Elizabeth Olsen, Eddie Redmayne, just to name a few people. So very stacked cast. It was shot for IMAX, very character driven, and that comes out next year, 2027. All right, people. I know this is one of the reasons why you're here. So we got one of the biggest moments of the entire presentation: Digger. Tom Cruise and Alejandro Inarritu both came out, and Tom got a full standing ovation. You could feel the energy shift in the room completely. Everybody was very excited that Tom Cruise was there. Alejandro said that he had this idea for about 9 years, and then about 2 years ago, he connected with Tom to finally make it happen. And let me just say, having Tom Cruise look at you in the eyes with his hand on his heart, it's a magical feeling. I was like in the front row, and he was just very thankful to be there, thankful for us to be there. He's such a pure lover of cinema, and it's such a beautiful thing to see. But yeah, Alejandro, he told a story about how Tom showed up to his house at midnight on a motorcycle, of course, while working on Top Gun Maverick, and that really captured like Tom's energy. They talked about like a lot about collaboration, and Alejandro said he was inspired by Tom, and he felt like he was the only person who could play this role. And Tom talked about how he still considers himself a student even after everything he's done. He's always learning. He said it took him about 40 years of his career to feel ready to be in the boots of Digger Rockwell. That's the character's name. Digger Rockwell is the main character of Digger, and they describe the film as being a film about humanity and how one powerful person can shape the world, but also how that power can spiral. He said that the movie is very funny. So it's not just heavy, it has a lot of range, and the cast is very stacked. John Goodman, Riz Ahmed, Jesse Plemons, Sandra Hüller, the list goes on. And we actually saw some first footage, and Tom Cruise, let me just tell you, he looks completely transformed. Heavy prosthetics, southern accent. It doesn't feel like him. He's never played a role like this before, and like I think the last time we saw him in an original role was like Les Grossman in Tropic Thunder, so it's been a minute. And so there's a scene where he's talking to someone on a computer, an Arctic researcher, and you can kind of sense he's funding something and like controlling something. Yeah, and Cruise, like he has like a cat. It's like a very like adorable white cat. It just looks very skinny. It's so funny. Oh my god. And then the event that they're kind of hinting at, it's like a massive event, possibly nuclear, that he may have caused, and everything is kind of spiraling out of control. There's chaos, tension, and it feels like, to me, that not everything is as it seems. It's like kind of like a Doctor Strangelove kind of vibe, I think. I mean, I don't know, like, but just everyone looks like they're firing on all cylinders. Like there's a lot of like drama, a lot of screaming, a lot of like running around, beautiful cinematography and production design and the costumes. I think it's a very big high wire act that only Tom Cruise can pull off. And it's a very like character study, big scale story. It's something very different that you'd expect from Tom Cruise and all of these actors. So I think it's going to be a major awards contender for Warner Brothers. I'm super excited about it. And yeah, it comes out in October of this year, so get ready for Digger. Then DC Studios took over, and this was a major part of the presentation. So they started off with Superman. They gave an update on Superman Man of Tomorrow. Filming is starting very soon, so it's moving fast. They basically got a quick high from James Gunn, David Cornsweet, and Nicholas Hoult. So yeah, they're just gearing up. Not anything was filmed yet, but yeah, we're all excited. Superman did very well. So yeah, let's go Superman Man of Tomorrow. And then we jumped over to Clayface, which there's a trailer as of today online, just dropped, coming out October 23rd. This leads way more into the horror that was expected. There's a moment where the character's face literally flattens under his hand, very unsettling. I think this is gonna be a fun one, a very like creepy kind of like dramatic vibe, I guess you could say. But yeah, I'm excited for Clayface. And then we jumped over to Supergirl, the big one, Supergirl, which is one of the biggest highlights. It has Millie Alcock, Jason Momoa, and Craig Gillespie. They all came out on stage in person, and Jason was literally riding on a motorcycle type of vehicle. Huge crowd reaction, like everybody was like standing, applauding, like laughing. It was just so cool. And then they talked about how the film expands beyond Earth. It's 6 different planets, multiple languages, and Millie even had to learn dialects that didn't exist for the role. And then Jason, he talks about playing Lobo like an 8-year-old. He had a lot of fun energy. And then we saw a full sequence. So Supergirl boards a ship, fights tech pirates. There's like sword combat, teleportation. She gets ejected into space after putting on a spacesuit and appears to be dead. But then she comes back and then she saves this little girl who she found like very annoying on the ship. There's also a strong emotional core. There's like family, identity, love, and we even see like little clips of like Superman briefly, like Clark Kent. So there's like a lot of stuff happening in this movie. It's gonna like be like a very comedic tone. Craig Gillespie, I mean, I loved like I, Tonya, so I think he's gonna be a very good director for this. And Millie, I liked her on House of the Dragon. I think she's gonna pull it off very well, and I'm very excited about it. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun summer movie. Yeah, look out for Supergirl. And then we got a good nostalgia moment. Practical Magic 2. Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman came out through the smoke talking about margaritas and returning to these characters. They said coming back, it just clicked. You know, the film picks up with the iconic midnight margaritas, and now the characters have families. Sally has 2 daughters, and Jillian is still fearless. They rebuilt the house completely, the original house, and it's all practical. He said it felt very eerie to be back there, but also magical. And even Nicole Kidman, she said the line. She said, "We come to this place for magic. Let's go. AMC, we salute you." And I did notice as they were talking, like in my mind, I was thinking, wait a second. Tom Cruise opened the presentation. Nicole Kidman is here later. Like, they used to be married. Did they cross paths backstage? These are the things that I think about. And then lastly, they showed the trailer, which is currently online as of a few days ago. It was really cool. It had like a comedic tone to it. They played, what the hell is that song? I can't remember right now. Lime in the Coconut, yeah, or something like that. But yeah, it was funny. I mean, you can watch it online, like, so I'm not gonna go too much into the detail, but I really enjoyed it. I like the first one a lot, so like it's gonna be cool to see where these characters are. Also, Joey King is in it. Macy Williams from Game of Thrones is in it. It's a good cast of people. I think Lee Pace is in it as well. So I'm very excited to watch this one coming out later this year. And then next we got The Great Beyond. J.J. Abrams came out in person to kind of present this. He said it was a completely original idea and something very personal. And he has not directed a movie, I think, since, what was it? The Star Wars one? Yeah, I think that was the last time. But this is his first original movie since like Super 8, so it's been a minute for J.J. Abrams. It blends big world building, something very personal for him. It's very emotional. It stars Glenn Powell, Jenna Ortega, Emma Mackey, and Samuel L. Jackson in a role that you've never seen him before. He really hyped it up. Basically, Glenn's character is kind of like someone who kind of peaked in high school, I guess. And they filmed this movie like a few years ago. I was like, where's this movie? I completely forgot about it until they presented it at CinemaCon, so go figure. We saw some first footage. They didn't really reveal much. It was very like hopeful, emotional, but still kind of cinematic. You're wondering like where are these characters going to go? Is this like afterlife? Is this like another planet, alien world? I really don't know. It's very vague, but visually it looks really good. So, I mean, JJ, for the most part, other than those lens flares, I think you get some good visuals out of him. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this. I think it comes out later this year. but we'll see. Then New Line Cinema came over, so they showed us a bunch of films very quickly, but I'm gonna run through these. So we had Evil Dead Burn. It's a very brutal, disturbing horror. They're really pushing it further. I didn't see the first one, but this trailer looks sick. There was like a girl that comes through the door, had like a car seat like jammed in her head. It looked so gross. Hunter Doohan is in it. Just a lot of like undead people, zombie like people, a lot of violence. Hunter like freaking falls on the top of a dishwasher with knives. It's so gross. Oh my god, but yeah, that was very scary. And then we got to Mortal Kombat 2 coming out very soon in just a few weeks. It leads to Johnny Cage. He's very self-aware. It's fun. It's over the top. It looks a lot better than the first one. At least I hope it is. But yeah, Carl Urban, Johnny Cage, can't go wrong. He's like gonna fight this like monster like creature with teeth. He doesn't think he could do it because he's like, I'm an actor. And he's like, I don't know if I can do this. And then like his friends are like, you know what, you're an actor, so act. And then he starts to fight the guy and he kicks his ass, kicks him right in the nuts. It's great. That was the clip that we kind of saw. But that's Mortal Kombat 2. And then we switch into the Cat in the Hat. This was one of the more fun moments. Everyone had blue wigs under their seats. So they made us open up a mystery package that said like, do not open. So we opened it. There are these blue wigs that the Thing won and like all the Things wear, so we put it on our heads just to kind of go along with the bit. The whole crowd put it on. It was chaos. And then they showed us the trailer. It was kind of wild, like humor. There was like a talking fish afraid of like dying out of water. There's like a roller skating horse. There's the girl who like doesn't feel like she's gonna belong, but of course when the cat comes, everything changes. It's like, you know, it's the same story we've seen a billion times with this property. Like we've seen it live action. I don't know, but like it's the Cat in the Hat. Like, you know, if you like Dr. Seuss and you like this story, then you're probably gonna love it. But yeah, Bill Hader is the Cat in the Hat. I'm all for it. But yeah, that was all the other stuff that they kind of routed off very quickly. Di Maruti Ellis Need, Ru Ellis Need, Ellis Need, Ellis Need. The final movie that they presented us was Dune Part 3. Yes, the Fremen came out from all sides of the audience and on stage. And they were chanting. The room got so dark. My god, that was fucking awesome. I loved it so much. Really good opening to Dune Part 3. And then Denis Villeneuve came on stage and he introduced some people. Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, and Jason Momoa. And the crowd goes wild. So they described it as a broken love story. Paul, he chose power over love. Shani left on a sandworm. And Paul is becoming darker, almost like an emperor. And then Duncan returns, but now he sees Paul differently. There's tension, even hatred. A little bit of a spoiler alert. It's not really Duncan, it's more of like a clone of him, but yeah, they kind of explained that reason why. Momoa said it. And then they revealed Robert Pattinson as the villain, and Anya Taylor-Joy is showing up again as Paul's sister, who we briefly saw in the last film in Dune Part 2. And then they showed us the first 7 minutes, and oh my god, it was so good. And the cast, they even came down to the audience to watch it with us. Like Timothée Chalamet literally said, I want to watch this shit too. And I was like, hell yeah, it was so fucking cool. So yeah, they sat down, we watched the first 7 minutes, and oh my god. This was like Denis Villeneuve's version of like Saving Private Ryan, okay? So it's Javier Bardem's character. He's on a ship with a bunch of Fremen, and they are still doing the chanting. And they're on their way. They're going into battle. Like, things are about to get real. Like, this is going to be a big battle sequence, and boy, is it. Like, they get off the ship, and there's a lot of gunfire, explosions everywhere, ships everywhere. It's fucking crazy. Fucking chaos. I loved it. Oh, my God. It just, all over the place, just action, action, action. And visually, it looks like the other Dune movies, even though it's a different cinematographer. It's not Greg Fraser. It's Linus. But yeah, like, the work he's doing is impeccable. It's just, the crafts are off the charts. It's beautiful to see. I loved it. And then they showed some other clips in like a montage. They showed like Jason Momoa, and then like Paul saying to him like, I need Duncan, Idaho. And we see bloodied like Anya Taylor-Joy. We see like, just like Rebecca Ferguson, basically stuff that we saw from like the previous teaser trailer. So not that much new stuff, but still, it's just cool to see. Like after seeing all of that stuff, it got us so hyped. Dune Part 3, man, this is gonna be, I think, Return of the King level. Honestly, I'm excited for it. I really hope that it does well in this award season. I think it's gonna get in for Best Picture. I mean, come on, like this is so good. The other two made it. Why wouldn't this? It's not just a political story. I think it's a story about like romance. Redemption. There's going to be some violence in it. It's going to be nuts. I'm so excited for Dune Part 3. Overall, Warner Brothers had the most complete and impressive presentations at CinemaCon. They covered everything DC, prestige films, franchises, and originals. Let me know what you're most excited for from CinemaCon. Are you excited for all these films? Digger, Dune Part 3, I mean, come on, Supergirl. There's like so much stuff. It was like all over the place, but man, I had a great time. And thank you so much for listening. If you like what you heard, go on and hit the subscribe button on the channel. Greatly appreciate your feedback and your support. And remember, when you go to the movies, bring your buddy and talk about movies. Until next time, bye.